everybody. I'm happy to be joined today by my good friend and colleague, Dr. Steve Dansiger. Steve is a licensed marriage and family therapist in California. He is the clinical director of Refuge Recovery and a regular meditation teacher at Against the Stream. And Steve is one of the people who I actually chose to ask me some questions about the new Dancing Mindfulness book, because you were really one of the ones who had a lot of faith in me in this process before there even really was a book, and getting it going and getting it rolling. And so you're one of the ones I really would like on board to get a conversation with me out there about the book and what we're doing.
Good.
So ask away.
Hi, I'm Steve Dansiger. I'm here with Jamie Marich. Just flipped it right back. So anyway.
Flip the script. Way to flip
So
the script.
here's the deal, is that what I've got to watch you do, and I said this to you earlier today, is I just have watched how you have followed your intuition as to what it means to recover, especially from trauma. And I actually remember the day when you called me and started talking about how you'd had this revelation about dance being the key. Do you remember that revelation?
I think I do, and part of it was in the context of, oh my God, Steve, is this really meditation? Like, are these like real meditation people who sit on cushions for 85 hours a day? Well, not a day, but you know what I mean. Because I think it was at a time when I was going through some of that, like knowing that it was true and authentic for me, but still feeling a little judged by some of the mainstream, whatever the hell that means, the mainstream meditation community. But let's just say, because I really believe there's no one perfect way to meditate. And if people try to make you believe that, I've always been a little suspect. But I remember having that conversation with you, really making that connection that for me, dancing is what allows me to do longer seated practice. For me, dancing really is that organic connection. And something I've always appreciated is your validation, and I guess best way to put it would be a sense of not pretentiousness about meditation paths and spiritual practice.
Well, I really like the Rumi quote that opens the book, and I also like the way that you that you frame the fact that most people, they have like this sort of cliched idea of what mindfulness is, right? It's gotta be the yogini.
Right.
Or it's got to be, I am a monk and I am sitting here and
or
I'm
sitting
silent.
in yoga clothes on a beach underneath a tree.
Well, that's drug rehabs.
Well, yeah, of Malibu.
Of Malibu.
So, no offense to Malibu.
We love Malibu.
But yeah, and I think that's it is in the introductory chapter where I go into that. Well, there's cliched mindfulness, and the reason I bring that to, and maybe you have this experience clinically. A lot of my clients don't think they can meditate because that's not them. Or they tell me things like, well, I can't meditate, I can't sit still. And my response is generally, well, yeah, if you're going off those pictures of what meditation should be, I think you're going to set yourself up to fail before you even start. So I really felt a need to kind of call out that although I think it's been good, there's been some mainstreaming about meditation and mindfulness, those cliched pictures do concern me.
They're concerning.
Yes.
But they are part of the picture too, right? And
Sure.
you even just said, like you said that this dance practice, the dancing mindfulness practice, has made your cushion sitting better. Is that?
That's incredibly accurate. I know for me, starting my day in a sitting practice really works. Sometimes I will dance in the morning too. Normally it's more organic for me to dance later in the day. It's just what I've discovered. But because my day can be so frantic and hectic is what I meant to say, having that seated practice in the morning is incredibly beneficial for me. And it can take various lengths of time that I allot for it, but even if it is just the 5 minutes, I notice the benefit immediately. And I also like to vary the movement and the stillness. A lot of times my dance practices will be that combination of movement, stillness. I often like to sandwich them, where I do seated practice, then I do some movement practice, and then I come back to sitting. And I know I've reaped a lot of benefit.
And what would you say, what's the difference between the two practices for you? Like, what is it that you're getting or experiencing?
It's funny because my gut reaction when you ask that is I really don't think there is much. Yet it's like two paths. I mean, even that's not really a good way to look at it. A quote I use in the book, a belief I convey when I teach, is stillness is part of the dance. Because I believe even when you are still, it's like, how are you defining dance? You're still engaged in a dance with the universe, with your inner self, your higher power, however you choose to look at it. And I have really come to define dance as an interplay between stillness and movement. And for me, I can't imagine one without the other.